once again. Now I will continue with the story of Watchman of the Lake. In my previous class, I have told you the story about 2 scenes. Totally this story consists of 5 scenes. Now I will start with the third one. So what happened? In the second scene, we have seen that Mara was taken to the palace and Mara's dream was honored, the tank was built. As the next part of the tank built, Mara is having a son named Ganga. Mara, along with his wife and his son Ganga, he was staying there near that tank. He has been appointed as a watchman of the lake and he was very sincerely taking care of that tank. He was not allowing anybody to pollute the tank. And he was cautioning, he was warning, he was scolding the people not to pollute that tank. One day same thing happened. His son Ganga came running and he told that some persons were sitting there to fish. They are doing the fishing work there. So Mara went, scolded the people not to come there and fish in that tank because the animals, the reptiles, water animals, whatever it may be that belong to that tank are all belonging to the goddess only. So he warned the people not to fish there. He warned the people not to pollute that area because at the same time, simultaneously, he saw some people brought the cows, buffaloes there to drink the water. And the person who was catching the fish there, he scolded Mara and asked her who he was to question them, who he was to scold them. Was that Mara told that king has given him supreme power to take care of that tank. The tank was built for river Veda and that water was used by the public and it was very helpful. So Mara got very angry on the man who was fishing there. He scolded him and he told him that nobody is allowed because every day night a tiger of a goddess will come from the different angle of the forest. It will come there to drink the water. So certain portion of the tank was kept reserved for the tiger's sake only. That's why he told, whole that tank belonged to goddess river Veda and that is a very sacred place. Even he told that king also will take his permission to step down in the water. So much carefully he was looking after that lake. And the title is given Watchman of the Lake. This watchman was taking care of that lake very, very carefully. And he was even asking his son Ganga also to take care of it. He was guiding his son how to tell the people, how to avoid the people coming near that tank and polluting it. So when that thing was going on, suddenly we see a person comes there. He comes with a request to Mara. When that person comes to Mara, Mara very happily welcomes him, calls him as his guest, take him to his home. There, his wife was not there in the city, she was out of station. That's why Mara took that person to his hut, served him with some food. But now the main important question is why that person has come to meet Mara. It is said, as he has already told, he is supreme power there. That man has come to Mara with the request that some canals should be built, some channels should be made up to his village and some water should be given from this water reservoir to that village. And person who came there with a request of about the water is from some far off place from that kingdom. So Mara was given a power of taking decision also. That's why Mara said to that village man that he will one day go to that village, visit it, and if he feels that village needs the water, then Mara is ready to give them water. That's why Mara said, one day he will go to that spot, he will see that village. If really that village is facing the problem of scarcity of water, then automatically he will request the king to build the canals up to that village and give the water to that village also. When all this discussion was going on, Ganga was playing here and there. His wife was not in city, and Mara, Ganga, as well as that village headman, all of them has observed that it was very cloudy. They are going to face a torrential rain. The atmosphere was very dark, very cloudy and very horrible it was looking. By that time, Mara also was very much shocked about this. So he safeguarded his son. He took his son, made him to stay safe in the hut, and he came out to observe how river Veda is swelling. Because suddenly heavy rain started. The rain was so heavy that it led to the flood. That's why in 16:4 we see the torrential rain. And the rain was giving the fear about the full total break of the tank only. So horrible. So much water force was there. So Mara was very much afraid by looking at all these things. That's why he suddenly ran to the capital to visit the king Rukmangala, who ran Mara. Mara cannot tolerate that torrential rain. He was very much afraid that the tank may break. And second time, once again, the goddess has come in his dream. So Mara ran back to the king. When he went to the kingdom, he went to the big bell kept at the door of the village. Why? It was the bell always to be rung to call the king. ಆವಾಗ ಹಳೆಯ ರಾಜಧಾನಿಗಳಿದ್ದಾವಾಗ ಒಂದು ನಿಯಮ ಇತ್ತು. ಊರಿನ ಹೆಬ್ಬಾಗಿಲಿ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಗಂಟೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ತಂದೇನಾದರೂ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಯನ್ನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಿತ್ತು, ಅದು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ರಾಜನಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ಮತ್ತದು ನಿಜವಾದ ಸೀರಿಯರ್ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಆದರೂ ಹೋಗಿ ಆ ಗಂಟೆಯನ್ನು ಬಾರಿಸ್ಬೋದಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಅವತ್ತು ಮಳೆ ಬಂದ ದಿವಸ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಮಾರ ಹೋಗಿ ಆ ಗಂಟೆಯನ್ನು ಬಾರಿಸಿದ. So on that day, Mara went to that big bell and started ringing the bell. That big bell, if anybody rings, then it will be a warning. It will be a very dangerous sign. It will tell that some injustice has been done to them. So king was also very much afraid by listening to that sound of the bell. So he ran out of his palace. He came down and he saw watchman Mara standing there. Mara's head was totally plastered with the water. All the hair was stuck to his head. And Mara has came running in such a heavy rain. Many a time he has fallen down and his all dress was muddy, totally muddy. So he was standing in front of the king. He was breathing very hard. So king was very much afraid to look at the situation of Mara. That's why king asked her, Mara, why this has been happening? What happened to him? Why is so much scared? Why is so much afraid? For that, Mara started telling the king that once again he met the goddess River Veda. Now king, it is a turn for the king to get shocked. King asked Mara why he met the goddess. What is the order of the goddess? What happened? Why she has come once again in a dream? First time when she has come in a dream of Mara, she was very soft, good, very tender, kind-hearted type. But second time when she has come in the dream of Mara, this time she is very furious, very harsh eyes, very hard look on the face and looking very stern, as if she has taken a decision of destruction. She was ready to destroy that atmosphere, that area itself. So Mara got very much afraid of her. He ran. She told her not to go anywhere. He requested her to stand there only till he comes back after conveying message to the king. But goddess was not so calm. She was very furious, she was very angry, and she stood there with an angry face only. Mara went running to the king, and he told the king all the story about goddess Veda. He told the king that goddess has become very angry, she has become very furious. She don't want to stay back in King Rukmangala's kingdom. She wants to go away from that. Do you think, will anybody agree for this one? Will anybody allow the goddess to leave that spot? No one. No way, no chance for that. How we can allow the goddess, the deity of our village, to leave us? So king became very much worried. Mara told at any moment the tank may break, water may flow into the villages, and many villages will be swallowed by the water flood. We have seen many of such things happening. Even today on the bank of river Bhima also, so many villages were swallowed by the water. Everywhere in rainy season, somewhere or the other places we see such a flood. And here also goddess Veda was telling that she will become turned into flood. She will break the tank. Water will flow. Water will swallow many villages. So king was very much afraid. Then king thought of a plan. He decided to call the bellman. Bellman means ಡಂಗುರ ಹೊಡೆಯೋರು. ರಾಜ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡ್ದ, ಹೀಗೆ ಸುಮ್ಮ ಕೂತ್ರೆ ಜನ ಸತ್ತು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ರಿವರ್ ನದಿ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ ಬ್ರಿಡ್ಜ್ ಕಟ್ಟಾತು, ಹೊಡೆದು ಬಿಡ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ನೀರು ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ನೀರು ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಸುತ್ತ ಕೂತ್ಲೆ ಹಳ್ಳಿಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನುಂಗ್ತದೆ, ಜನ ಸಾಯ್ತಾರೆ, ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು ಸಾಯ್ತವೆ, ಬೆಳೆ ಹಾನಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಹೌ ಟು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಇಟ್, ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ ಡಂಗ್ರ ಸಾರವ್ನು ಕರೆದು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ದ ರಾಜ, ಈ ಡಂಗ್ರ ಹೊಡೆದ್ಬಿಡು, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಊರು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗಲಿ, ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆದಷ್ಟು ತಮ್ಮ ಸಾಮಾನು ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ. ವಾಟ್ ಡಿಡ್ ದ ಕಿಂಗ್ ಸೇ? He called the bellman and told him to go and announce in the villages that let them run away to some safer places and let them stay there till the water has calmed down, till the river has calmed down. How the night deepens, same way the water flood was deepening, it was going very fast. Then king was about to send a bellman. At that time Mara told. Mara became ready to sacrifice his life. He told the king not to tell anything to anybody, not to announce anything anywhere, only simply to kill Mara only. The king did not become ready for that. How can he become ready to kill Mara? And why Mara to be killed? Here Mara said that he has taken promise from the goddess that goddess must stand and wait in the same spot till Mara comes back. Okay, Mara must go back with the message from the king. And if message will go back from the king to the goddess, then goddess will leave that spot. That's why Mara said the king that he must make him not to go to any spot. Hidden meaning is here. Secret meaning is there. Mara ಹೇಳ್ದ, ಮಹಾರಾಜರೇ ನನಗೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಹೋಗದಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ರಿ, ನಾನು ದೇವಿ ಕಡೆ ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದೀನಿ, ನಾನು ವಾಪಸ್ ಹೋಗೋ ತನಕ ಅವಳು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನಿಲ್ತಾಳೆ, ಆಕೆ ನಿಲ್ಲಬೇಕು, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನಿಲ್ಲಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಹೋಗಬಾರ್ದು. ನಾನು ಹೋಗಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂದರೆ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು? ನನ್ನ ಕಥೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಮುಗಿಬೇಕು. ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನು? Mara told to him that his story must end there only. He is ready to sacrifice his life for the sake of a village and for the sake of betterment of the kingdom. That's why Mara forced the king to kill him. Of course, what happened in between, nobody has seen. It's all maintained very secret. The very next day morning, king has come. He had seen Ganga and told the Ganga that next watchman for the lake will be Ganga only. Ganga could not understand what happened to his father. Nobody said him what happened to his father. Nobody said the story of sacrifice of Mara for the sake of the kingdom. Mara ತನ್ನ ಜೀವ ತ್ಯಾಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ರಾಜ ಬಂದ ಗಂಗಾಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ದ, ನೀನೇ ಇನ್ಮೇಲೆ ವಾಚ್ಮನ್ ಅಪ್ಪ. ಆಯ್ತು, ಹಳೆ ವಾಚ್ಮನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ? ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿ. ಹಳೆ ವಾಚ್ಮನ್ನ ನದಿಗಾಗಿ, ನೀರಿಗಾಗಿ, ನೀರನ್ನು ಊರಿಗೆ ಕಾಪಾಡುವುದರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ತನ್ನ ಜೀವವನ್ನು ತ್ಯಾಗ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದ. So what this watchman of the lake did, he sacrificed his life for the sake of that kingdom, for the sake of people, for the sake of good water facilities to be retained for that village. For all such purposes, King Mara has sacrificed his life. And he himself told that he has taken promise from the goddess that she will wait there till he come back. And the point is, he is not allowed to go back and meet the goddess. So, goddess stood there only. Mara ended his life. That matter is not at all understood by the small Ganga. But here what Mara did, before he became ready to sacrifice his life, before the king had become ready to finish him, he has taken promise from the king that the work of the watchman of that lake must be given to his son and his son, his grandson, his great-grandson. Generation-wise, he demanded for the work of watchman of the lake. ಆ ಸರೋವರದ ವಾಚ್ಮನ್ ವಾಲೆಕಾರ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವನು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ. ಅವ ರಾಜ ಹೇಳಿದ, ತಾನು ತನ್ನ ಮಗ, ಮೊಮ್ಮಗ, ಮರಿಮೊಮ್ಮಗ ಒಟ್ಟು ಟೋಟಲ್ ಅವನ ಜನ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅವನ ವಂಶಜರೇ ಈ ಲೇಕಿಗೆ ವಾಚ್ಮನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸ್ that Mara has taken from the king, that his generation people only should become the watchmen of that lake. For that king agreed. As per their agreement only, now Ganga has become the watchman of that lake. Scene 5. Here we see Ganga also got married and he is having his son also. Both of them are taking care of that lake. King has kept his promise, and we see in that area two big shrines, two big statues. One is the statue of goddess Devavira, and at the foot of him there was another statue, and that statue was about Mara. So Mara's statue as well as goddess Devavira's statue, both the shrines are kept there, and king has ordered for the worship of those two shrines. Those two shrines must be worshipped every Tuesday and Friday without fail. That was the one respect, tribute that these people has paid to Mara family. Mara shrine must be worshipped, and goddess Devavira shrine also must be worshipped. That to worshipped on 2 days in a week. Which are those 2 days? One is Tuesday and another one is Friday. Every Friday and every Tuesday, the nice worship must be done for both the shrines. Whose shrines were there? One is of goddess Devavira, second one is of Mara. Why second one is of Mara? Mara's sacrifice was so great. He has sacrificed his life for the sake of that time, so both the shrines must be worshipped. And people from the far off places, they used to come to visit that spot. That, as I have already told you, that was a very sacred place, and it was the place where Lord God Hanuman has come there. It was the place where Lord Lakshmana got his life back. It was the place where Rama stepped into. So, it was the place where Sanjeevani plant was found. That's why the sacredity of that place made it became very famous. People from all the parts of the country used to come to visit that lake. They were enjoying the beauty of that lake. The water of that lake was utilized for all the purposes of the life problems, life necessities. And Mara's son Ganga and Ganga's son again Ganga the second, all were taking care of that lesson. But unfortunately, the day when Ganga was telling to his son, he told him that he has forgotten the worship on that day. For that purpose, he scolded his son. He warned his son not to forget worshipping on those days. He must worship, and the visitors who come there must also feel satisfied and happy by looking at that area. It was not allowed to be polluted. Its cleanliness, its sanctity was maintained. That's why they had given the title to the story is Watchman of the Lake. Very nicely, very sincerely, and very actively, Mara and his family members had become the watchman of that lake. They got that job of watchman for that lake and they were taking care of the lake. In such a way, we have seen 5 scenes in this drama. And here, the highlight of the scene 3rd to scene 5th is, first one is Mara sacrificed his life for the sake of country. Second one, Goddess Veda has given promise to Mara that she won't leave the place till Mara comes back. Third, Mara did not come back. Mara did not allow the goddess to go from that spot. Fourth point is, after the death of Mara, his son Ganga was given the position of watchman of the lake. As Mara did the work very sincerely, the same way his son was also continuing with the same job. And king has ordered for the worship of 2 shrines. 2 shrines were built. One shrine is of Goddess Veda and second one is of Mara. Both the shrines must be worshipped on 2 days of a week. Which are those 2 days? Just okay. One is Tuesday, second one is Friday. On those 2 days, it was to be worshipped. And people were also coming from far off places to look at the worship or to participate in that worship and enjoy. So totally, to maintain, to retain, to take care of the village, water reservoir was taken care of. That's why the title of this chapter given is Watchman of the Lake. Here ends the story, and if you people have any doubts or any problems about this story, you can ask me. You can come and ask me personally also, or through your questions you can ask me. Thank you.